So I'm a signed model with PRM London, and in about 5 days, I am going to be going to London for London Fashion Week. I know by looking at me right now, you probably can't tell as I just woke up. It is 12 p.m. So let me go get a shower and we can get into my story and who I am. So, just got out of the shower. I'm all glammed up now. Maybe you can tell a bit better that I am, in fact, a model and not just some random guy from the northeast of England. But yeah, we'll get into who I am and how I even became a model. So, when I was a kid, I was literally the most bog standard guy ever. Didn't get exceptional grades, wasn't gonna be the next Bill Gates or like some crazy scientist like Nicholas Tesla. I was literally just a guy who went to school, got home, played video games, and loved his childhood life because he spent most of it indoors, online, playing be it Rocket League, Fortnite, Roblox, all of them in conjunction. Yeah, I was just very landlocked in my room for most of my childhood. So I didn't really go outside, didn't really play football, still don't really go play football, doesn't really interest me. But yeah, I was just a really bog standard child. Now, about my looks, I wasn't an exceptional looking young male. I was actually quite the opposite. I got extremely bullied in school for my appearance, as you can tell by the haircut on the screen here. This was me at 14, by the way. I still don't believe that. But yeah, I was called, be it gay, lesbo, pussy, just every bad name under the rain cloud of bullying adjectives and nouns. So yeah, my school life wasn't the easiest. That really pushed me to try and excel in my looks. So started doing skincare, started dressing better, started actually getting a better trim. It just really sculpted me as a person going through bullying in my younger years. And that is where I found the gym. Now, as you can tell, now I'm not the most muscular guy. Like, I've got a nice little build, but I definitely cannot bench 1,000,000 kilograms. But when I was 17, I was an absolute machine. I was 90 kilograms at 6'1". I was headbutting my teachers. I was just big boy of the school. You know what I mean? I was just that guy because I ate a Ben and Jerry's, a McDonald's, and a Meat Feast pizza every day. That was my bulking diet. As you can tell, this had some catastrophic health effects. I felt absolutely awful and my mental health was awful. I'll pop up a picture of my skin here. You can tell by the red marks. I don't really like, I've still got a bit of them because they're like part of my genetic build. But because of my diet, they were so much worse. It was just awful. But at the same time that I got into the gym, another pretty major factor of my life crept in. So, we all love video games, right? We love them, they're nice to relax or to play with friends, to connect with people. However, I liked a different type of video game. I liked a game called CSGO, and I got obsessed with the case system, the weapons, the skins, the money that you can make from getting exceptionally rare skins. Now, from this moment, my life changed. I was a bog standard kid, and my life would plummet into depression, addiction, and overall just being more landlocked in my room than ever before. Not eating, not speaking to my family, not speaking to anyone outside school. So, yeah, we'll get into it. So, when I was 17, I decided to put on a little £30 on CSGO cases with my friend as a joke, as a little funny side quest. However, my life changed from this moment as I got rewarded with a knife from CSGO that was worth £3,500. Now, at 17 years old, when you get that kind of money,
you don't even know what to do yourself. You don't know where to spend it. I was scared to tell my parents because I knew it was gambling, but I just told them that I got it for free as a reward, as a rare reward. And they believed me, they ate it up as I didn't really lie at this point in my life. So yeah, that went kind of under the rug, and I was just a 17-year-old with £3,500 in his bank account. However, then roll around my 18th birthday, and I realised that online there are places called online casinos where you have slot machines and you can spin a wheel and get more money than you put in. And this is where my life really took a downwards turn. I started putting every paycheck that I had from KFC, from my warehouse job, into gambling. I stole money from my parents. I was an outer shell of who I actually am. My addiction drove me to places I didn't believe that a human could go, you know? Like, I'll tell a little story. Um, Once my friends borrowed me £1,000 in conjunction, and they were like, "Okay, just pay me back when you get the money, well, from your paycheck." Obviously, I was going to gamble it. They knew I was going to gamble it because I used to gamble with them. But once my paycheck rolled around, I didn't send them the money. I gambled my paycheck straight away, and I had to face them and say, "I don't have your money." I gambled it all away. So yeah, my life was extremely depressing. And in May of 2024, I started going to rehab group therapy, and it's been a really hard journey. I've had crazy slips, multiple, memorable one being my 19th birthday when I went to Newcastle and blew on money, and yeah, it was just a pretty bad birthday night out, you know. So yeah, I've had a lot of slips, but I'm getting better now. I'm in a great mental place, and hopefully this modelling career can also help me just excel in my life like never before. So now we'll get into how I actually got signed as a model. This happened around 3 months ago, and yeah, I so as I go to group rehab therapy, it can get quite emotional at times. And one night I was crying there due to an emotional story of a fellow member in the group. And when I came home, my mum decided to tell me that I look so beautiful when I cry. Now, through my younger years, I was never attractive, I was never conventionally handsome. But my mum always told me when we were watching the Polish show Top Model, "Alex, you should audition for this show." So, when my mum told me that I looked beautiful when I cry, I decided to go on models.com, go to every single agency, and just audition for every single one. And one of them responded to me, which is my fellow agency now, PRM London. I couldn't believe it. They invited me to a Zoom call, had a lovely time with my agent, and yeah, they just decided to sign me on the spot. It was fantastic. And then I had a couple test shoots, nothing major was going on, just normal model stuff. And then about 3 weeks ago, I get an insane message. "Alex, London Fashion Week, are you in?" How can I say no to that? They explained to me that I'd be living with four other models in London. And yeah, man, I just really cannot wait. It's like a surreal feeling that I'll be going to one of the biggest shows in the world just because of how I look and how I present myself. So yeah, but now we'll get into how I'm actually preparing for the show, like what I'm eating, my gym routine, etc. So thank you guys for listening to my life story. Let's get into this full day of eating. So it is currently 1 o'clock and I am having breakfast. I really need to get my sleep locked in because I'm gonna have some early mornings for London Fashion Week. However, for breakfast, I'm having 3 eggs with sweet chili sauce and then sardines on some rice cakes. Now, you might be thinking, Alex, that sounds absolutely disgusting, but I would disagree. Sardines are spectacular and an amazing source of protein and omega-3s that will help your skin look and feel amazing. It will also boost my energy in the gym, and after this, I'll probably have some fruit just to carb me up that bit more. Alright guys, I am now going to the gym. I am all ready in my gym outfit. However, I don't know if I'll do like any weights or stuff because I went climbing yesterday and I wrecked my hands. I was there for like 5 hours. So I don't know, I might just do cardio and abs today, but you never know. The 17-year-old 90 kg beast comes out with me sometimes. Alright, so I just got back in the gym. I think I'm looking pretty decent. I only did abs and cardio because my hands hurt too much. But don't think I'm looking too bad. Could be a bit leaner, but I've still got a couple of days to cut down, so I'm not really that bothered. Also, I haven't de-bloated yet, so when I de-bloat, I'll look crazy for my castings on London Fashion Week. Alright. My house is haunted. No, but after the gym, what the helly, bro? So after the gym, I have dark chocolate in oats and a banana. Yes, I use a piece of paper as a mouse pad. Shut up. So I just went to the gym for the second time today because, you know, I am just a human phenom. I am an anomaly of the human race. Today, collectively, I've burnt around 1,000 calories just on the Stairmaster, not including abs. So yeah, it's been quite a successful day. I still haven't finished eating. I've got a meal cooking downstairs right now, and we'll cut to it now. For my final meal of the day, I've got something pretty nutritious. I have a sweet potato and then 5 chicken. Oh, belly. 5 chicken heck sausages. So yeah, it's gonna go down a treat. I've seasoned it with cinnamon, garlic, pepper, salt. It's gonna be scrumptious.